Welcome to Drink with Dragons. My name is Rourke, and today we are continuing our classic cocktails month. Today we are doing this one is a pretty popular cocktail. It's called the Black Russian. We're also going to be doing the White Russian too. So, this recipe originates back in 1949, I believe. The Black Russian came before the White Russian. So, yeah, the Big Labowski made the White Russian. So, yeah. As you've seen, I've done many White Russian style drinks. Today, I'm going to be covering the original. As close as the original I can get it, really. The Black Russian appeared about 20 years before the White Russian did. The White Russian didn't appear till about 1965. And the original White Russian is believed to have had a southern version of Kahlua called, hold on if I can find it, Coffee Southern, which was a contemporary brand of Coffee Liqueur back in the day. The Kahlua White Russian is the one we're going to do today. But first we're going to be doing the Black Russian. Black Russian is definitely a sipping type drink. It is typically an ounce and a half of vodka to 1 ounce of Kahlua. So it's definitely vodka focused. So yeah, that's what we're making first. And then we're going to top it off with Promised Land's milk. You can use cream if you like. I'm just going with milk because I found this today and I decided I wanted to include Promised Land in the Classics month, so that's what we're doing. This is a build drink. So we'll start out with the vodka. I'm going with Russian Standard. The White Russian and the Black Russian, believe it or not, are not actually Russian. So anyway, the Black Russian, like I said, was invented in 1949. I'm going to use 2 ounces of vodka just because I feel like having a nice vodka drink. And we're going to do 1.5 ounces of Kahlua. You know what? And here we have the very simple, straightforward Black Russian. Just simple glass of vodka and Kahlua, or Coffee Liqueur of your choice. So, let's give this one a try. We'll stir it up first. That's actually pretty easy going. Although it's definitely got that vodka attack. You definitely get the vodka and you definitely get the Kahlua. This is actually pretty good. It's got a nice hint of coffee. Little hint of chocolate in there too. Of course that vodka kind of lingers on in the finish. It's really nice. It actually plays the vodka pretty well. And now, to finish the White Russian, we just top it off with some milk. Going with the Promised Land. This is really good milk. As I said, I made a lot of White Russian style drinks, one of which was used with Promised Land's chocolate milk. Let's try this out. I've never had this milk before. That's pretty tasty. We'll just top that off. And here we have the White Russian. Alright, now we'll try that out. Again, you have that nice, subtle coffee flavor that actually pretty mixes well with the milk, but it kind of takes away that vodka edge that I had before. Gives it a nice creamy finish instead of the vodka finish. In either cocktail, the Black Russian with the vodka doesn't linger. It just sits there for a second. It just sits. I mean, it lingers on your tongue, but it doesn't leave that burn that you usually get if you just did it like a straight shot of vodka. If that makes sense. With this, that vodka is pretty much muted, if that makes sense, and you still get that well-driven coffee flavor. Either way, it's a pretty nice drink. It's the original. This appeared pretty well in this was a signature drink made by the dude in the Big Labowski. That was the name of the guy. And I'm using Russian vodka, so technically it can be a White Russian. There's several different variants of this one. There's one if you're one of my Canadian friends. There's actually a Canadian version of the White Russian called the White Canadian, which uses goat's milk instead of regular milk. Just something to think about there. And there's a blind Russian, which uses Irish cream instead of milk or cream. Like I said, you can use either milk or cream with this drink. And then there's a White Belgian, made with chocolate liqueur instead of coffee liqueur. Because in Belgium, they're well known for their chocolate, so you could replace the Kahlua with something like, say, Godiva, which is a Belgian chocolate liqueur. Awesome stuff. If you've never had it, I definitely say try it. But yeah, there's several different ways you can go with the White Russian. Like I said, a few drinks that I've made have been based off the White Russian, like the Love and Chocolate, and I think there was a couple other ones. There was the Russian coffee that I made that was based off the White Russian. So yeah. Either way, this drink is pretty tasty. You can sip on it pretty easily without having to worry about alcohol burn. So take your time with this one. Even though it's light, it's still got 3 ounces of alcohol in there. 3.5 ounces, sorry. So, yeah. Either way, it's really good. Alright, the Black Russian and the White Russian. Check them out. And check out Promised Land if you got them. Thank you for watching. My name is Roy from Jacob with Dragons. We are exploring the world of alcohol. See you next time and drink responsibly.